Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Fantasy Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Stars Wave 6 Decon. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, got some leafy goodness over here and dragon cloudiness over here. There's the 4 and the H for Four Horsemen. It's got a bit of a window here on the top to let some light in from the top. Then that window carries over to the front. Nice big window it is, showcasing the majority of the figure and accessories. Mythic Legions, and you can see there's some good guy stuff on this side and some bad guy stuff on this side of the artwork. There on the bottom, small fine legalese print, mythiclegions.com, sourcehorseman.com, storehorseman.com, and a barcode. There we have the Four Horsemen logo that they like to use with Mythic Legions. Adult collectible, ages 15 and up, made in China print. Item number, warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. To see the entire collection, please visit mythiclegions.com. Then on this side, Four Horsemen. And then nice, lovely, just fantastic artwork there. It's with the Order of Etherions, where this horse belongs. I guess that's what you say. And then on this side, mythiclegions.com, sourcehorseman.com, storehorseman.com. And there is some artwork of Cannabis in his, evil stable there, I guess. Then Decon has a bio. Most of the time, horses do not have a bio, but he does come with a bio. And if you want to read that, please feel free to pause it right here and read all about it. Or you can look it up at mythiclegions.com. And then here we have that lovely Necronominous artwork. Or the series, I guess it's the series, the end of the series artwork, where it's got all 4 of the dark entities joining up to cause trouble. There's the Cross Sail, Bishop, and Cannabis. And then here is another text blurb that if you want to read, please pause it right here and feel free to do so. Then down here we have the credits. If you want to pause and read that, you can do so. And there you have it, my friends. That is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and the accessories, and we'll start with the accessories. And first up, we have this shield. Not anything new. We've seen this. I've covered this a bunch of times. And I have to say, the mold is nice. It does what it's supposed to do. It's a very dark color. I couldn't tell you exactly what color it is. Maybe like super dark gunmetal. It's kind of what it looks like to me. And then it's got these kind of bronze looking rivets. If I got the colors wrong, I'm colorblind. Don't make fun of handicapped people. On the back, you got the standard handle for the shield. And it just ports right in there. Next up, he also comes with a sword. Never seen a horse use a sword, but he comes with one anyway. I know it's for the guy who rides him. So, nice molded detail throughout. I mean, it's definitely a sword, you can tell. And I like the details there on the hilt and the pommel. Nice molded details. And then it's got kind of a, I guess it's a bronzy color at the bottom, and then it's got kind of a black wash, or maybe it's a brown wash there over that, and then nice sparkly silver for the blade. Very nice looking. I like this sword. I think it's the first time I've seen that particular sword. So he's got 2 hair pieces for when he's not wearing his neck armor. And here is his mane, like it's, you know, laying flat. He doesn't have the running mane. And then here's like the top of the hair. So his wig, his toupee. And they both have nice molded details. I'm sorry, I just kind of glossed over that for a minute. And then on the other side, you see the pegs, where it pegs in. And again, on this piece, nice molded details. Might be a little wash in there, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, I think there is a wash in there. And then you got that little clip right there that clips onto the head, where the head and the neck join up in between the ears. The next piece we have is a bridle for when he's not wearing his armored one. So looks pretty cool. Looks like it's molded in this brown leathery color, and it does have lots of little textural details in there. Got a little paint app right here and a little paint app right here, and then it's got some metal rings that holds on the reins. Got some silver for the O-ring there, I guess, and for the buckle, and silver for the buckle up here as well. And it's the same on the other side. So that's pretty neat that he can be, you know, in all of his livery or not. Now, when he's not in this whole entire getup, here's a piece that I'm guessing is a horse blanket or a saddle blanket. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it goes up under the saddle to sit between the horse and the saddle, so it doesn't get saddle sores. So I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And it does have wire in it. It's a nice red color, at least it looks red to me. And then it's got all these little tassel type things on it to make it all fancy looking. Then last up we have this post, and even though it's pointy on this end, it is not a spear. I'm not sure what color plastic is molded in, but it does have a nice silver paint app on it and nice molded details. You get up here, it's got some gold for, I guess, the handle part of it. And then here's the other part of it, which is a standard. So this is a standard pole, I guess, a standard pole. So we have some nice gold right here, and I think maybe these pieces are molded in this gold color because it doesn't quite look like a paint app. Or it could be. It's very hard to tell these days, a lot of times. So we've got some elastic holding the flag on to the pole, so you can easily get it off if you want and replace it with a different flag. It's quite pointy here at the end, silver paint on the post part, and then the flag part. It's a nice thick soft goods. It's got this red cross on it, and it is wired as well. So there's that. And the way these work, that's the post, that's the port, and it goes right together, and there we have it. Waving the white flag. Only it's not a white flag because it has a red cross on it. So now let's take a look at Decon, and let's raise the camera up just a little bit. There we go. So he's got these nice armored bits, and silver and gold, and silver with gold on it, and then underneath the silver is another piece of armor, it looks like, that's red, and it has these gold rivets in it as well. Silver for the buckle here, then some gold there. Nice glossy black eyes, and that's on both sides. And then a little bit of black for the nose, and it fades up into the brown. Then we've got this, which is, you know, we usually have a big neck piece right here to cover up this joint, but since we have this, he didn't come with that, so he only comes with this. And it's got some nice silver buckles and rivets and stuff on it. And all of this stuff has a nice textural detail to it. The horse as well. Look at all that. Very, very cool looking. So then we have, like, this is, I guess, the horse blanket too, but it's molded as part of the saddle. So it's red. It's got that gold trim on it right here and around the outside edge as well. Silver for the buckles and the rivets, and it's really cool. And again, nice textural details in the saddle, and you can see there's a bit of a wash in it as well. And then I forgot to mention nice textural details here in this neck armor. You can see all the pitting and stuff, so it's been around a while. And on this piece too. So then, you know, the tail, it's nicely molded. It's a horse's tail. So I don't want to say the other thing because YouTube might not like that. So we've got this nice soft goods blanket. I'm not sure exactly what this piece is called, but it's very nice. It's quilted. It's a very thick fabric. It's like double layered. So there's that. There's no wire in this part. However, when you get down to these parts with Etherion on them, you know, there's two separate pieces here, and wired. And you can see it's got some red around the border here. The red piece has some tassels at the bottom, and this goes for both sides. And now we're going to talk about the articulation, and I hope this doesn't backfire on me that I didn't test any of this out and see if anything needed to be heated up. So we're going to try to go through it, and I guess we'll start on this side. So if you have any of these horses, you watched any of the horses videos that I've done before, you know the tail is pegged in and it's on a hinge, so it hinges up and down, and it does rotate around. You have to be careful not making it go up or down too far, because it will pop the peg out. See how it came out, and then so it just pushes back in. It's not that big a deal. So like this is on a ball joint or half dumbbell, whatever you want to call it, and it allows the leg to go straight out almost. Well, a little better than straight out. And then forward, not quite as much. So there's a standard hinge right here, and it does rotate a little bit. And I'm regretting right now not heating this thing up. So let's do that real quick. Alright, so we've got all that loosened up now. At least I hope it's still loosened up. So going backwards at this joint gives you that much range, and forward that much. So pretty good range. Then there's a knee right here. It goes back that far, and there I keep bumping the camera. It goes forward that far. Not quite 90 degrees, almost 90 degrees though. It twists there as well. And then at the ankle, it goes back that far, and it goes forward that far. Get that stuff out of the way. So there's that. Now on the front leg, I had to heat this up too. It was stuck. I had to heat it up a lot. So it's on a regular hinge right here. You can see right there, and it's still kind of tight. This got some detents in it now, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. So the leg will move forward that far. It moves backwards that far. It does have a little bit of tilt right there. It's got a little bit of tilt right here at this knee, and it goes back that far. And it can go forward that far, but you bend this piece, so I don't really recommend doing that. And you can notice it's got some shading in here under the blanket, along with, you can see some nice sculpted details in there as well, because I missed those earlier. And then at the ankle, back that far. It's hard to do. This thing's kind of heavy a little bit. It goes forward that far, so, you know, about like it's supposed to. And it does twist there some as well. So that's really cool. And then there is a cut here at the neck, and it moves up that far. It moves down that far. It will move side to side some. So pretty good range. Not super, but I'm assuming that's, you know, pretty good for a horse. I haven't been around horses in quite a many years, and even then it was only once or twice. So the head is posted on right here. There's a peg that goes into the head, and there's a hinge on the neck, and he can raise his head up that high. He can tilt his head down that low. And then right here is where I was telling you that hair piece clips. It won't do it with the armor on. And the legs are at a kilter a little bit. And I will tell you one thing about these guys. When I go to reviewing these guys, I do have to clean the green screen up after, because there's lots of little paint chips where they were painted on the hinges. So just something to be aware of. It's not a detriment. At least they put paint on it. But again, that's something that has to be broken off. So as far as storage of stuff goes, he's got these little straps right here, and the handle for the shield should go right in there, just like that. So it sits pretty good. This actually sits better than those ones with the clips. And then the sword, I'm assuming you can put on the other strap on the back on the other side like that, or, you know, it can go like this. Although I wouldn't recommend leaving your sword unsheathed like that. Just me personally, I wouldn't want to be riding a horse and accidentally chop my leg off. That would not be a great thing. So there you have it, my friends. And I forgot to say, there's really no storage for the other stuff. Whoever's riding the horse really kind of has to carry this, or somebody walking alongside the horse has to carry that. And the blanket and the bridle, there's really no other places to put it. But there you go, my friends. That is a look at the figure, accessories, and limited storage. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Stars Wave 6 Sir Enoch with his mount. The Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Stars Wave 6 Decon. Here we have the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Stars Wave 6 Decon with the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions Necronominous Waves Bishop, and from Toy Biz, the Lord of the Rings Two Towers Shadowfax from the Shadowfax and Gandalf the White 2-pack. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Stars Wave 6's Decon, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Four Horsemen Studios Mythic Legions All-Stars 6 Decon, I have to say, having, or at least while I'm working on this one, also working on the Balius review, I'm seeing a lot of similarities. Same weapons, same colors, that kind of stuff on the base horse. At least as far as what I can see, because I did not remove any of the armor off of Decon. So I could just be wrong, but I'm just seeing a lot of similarities from what I can tell. And which is okay, because the armor bits and the soft good bits, you know, they do enough to change it up that's fine. But, you know, also, rather than a whole new horse, they could have just offered a horse upgrade kit. But, you know, I'm okay with a horse too, because I have 2 different horses now. So, I guess that's it. I do like the soft goods with this. Love the wiring in it. I love the quilted look to it. The armor, the neck armor, unlike Bishop, this neck armor seems to stay on pretty well. So, I'm guessing for that figure, that front shoulder armor is what's the problem is. But as far as this one goes, it's fine, and I like it. It looks good. It's not as fancy as Bishop, but it shouldn't be, because Bishop belongs to the head of their order, while this one belongs to the leader of a sub-faction of that, the Templar Messengers, I think it is. So anyway, so it's Sir Enoch's horse. But, you know, there's enough regalness in this that you can tell he's pretty high up on the food chain as well. I love the wires in the soft goods where it is. It's going to help out with posability, photographs, that kind of stuff. If you guys are into that kind of thing, I do it somewhat, kind of, sort of. So, and it is something I do enjoy doing. But the paints all look good on this guy, and the armors all look good. Everything looks good on this one. So, very, very cool horse. Kind of simple for a fancy guy's horse, or a fancy-ish horse. But that's okay too. Simple sometimes is good. I bet it works better on the battlefield. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.